Bruh. Bruh. So, Jake Browning is hurt. Jake Browning has a rib injury and will miss some time, according to Zach Taylor. This isn't that big of a deal at the end of the day. Obviously, Jake had a bad preseason week 1 game, and he was set to start the week 2 and week 3 because we're not playing any more starters. It is what it is at the end of the day. It sucks for the players that, don't get to play with him now. And even though he had a horrific preseason week 1 game, I think we all understand and all can come together to say Jake is still a great quarterback. I know I bashed him a lot in it because, listen, he did have a bad game. That's just the fact of the matter is. But the fact is he's still a really good quarterback. And last year he showed us he's a very capable starter in this league. With that being said, it's not a huge deal because at the end of the day, okay, he doesn't play. He can't play because of the injury or because of his ribs. It just means more time for Rocky Lombardi and Logan Woodside. And with Rocky Lombardi already getting 100% drafted to the UFL, and most likely we'll see if he gets any playtime this preseason. Now with Jake Browning he will, but we'll see how well he does. Logan Woodside actually might 100% make the roster. Especially if this rib injury causes Jake to miss even more time than just that. So that's going to be interesting to see how that ends up panning out. But we might now have Logan Woodside on the 53-man roster. Zach Taylor says Jamar Chase not being here is a day-to-day situation, but didn't elaborate further, which is interesting. So, him not being at practice today is a day-to-day situation. It's such a weird... Because if he's holding in, right, then that doesn't make sense to say that. Because, it's not really a situation, unless he has, a personal matter going on, that might be what's happening here. It's just a personal matter, and that's kind of what he's alluding to. Because a day-to-day situation doesn't really make sense if it's a hold-in. If it's a hold-in, it wouldn't be a day-to-day situation. It would be this is a clear-cut thing that's happening. It just doesn't, we can't do anything about it. But saying that is a day-to-day thing might mean it's a personal reason why he missed practice or he's not at practice, and he's still doing the hold-in. Again, like I said, just kind of ideas there. With that being said, BJ Hill wasn't here because he had a baby. Shout out to BJ Hill. Absolutely love him, man. Looks like BJ's getting the job done in other departments of life. Shout out to Paul, by the way, for posting this. It's interesting. It's an interesting, situation. With the injuries we've had recently and players missing time and some players being back, Jermaine Burton, great example of that. But Amarius Mims being out for a couple weeks with a pec injury. This is why you love football, man. The adversity, back, forth, center, ups, downs, left, right. This is just football at its finest. And hopefully Jake Browning does recover sometime soon. But with us not playing any more starters in the preseason, which I have given my voice and opinion about that already, so I'm not going to go right back into that. But with that being said, I'm hoping that we see some Logan Woodside continue to be successful. If Jake cannot go, he will be the starter next game. And my guess is if that's the case, we're probably going to see a half of Logan Woodside and then another half of Rocky Lombardi. So we're going to see some actual real playtime for both quarterbacks. And obviously they're fighting for the third quarterback spot. Most likely, I will say, as long as Jake Browning is healthy, not going to whittle on that one, it's going to be the spot of the practice squad quarterback. My guess is we're probably not going to carry 3 quarterbacks going into the season. It's just most likely won't happen, especially because we have other positions we want to keep and we want to make sure we have at, you know, certain positions. So my guess is we'll probably have 2 quarterbacks, one of them being a practice or Jake Browning, Joe Burrow, and then we'll probably have, you know, practice squad quarterback. But with the fact that, you know, Rocky Lombardi got drafted to the UFL, he'll probably end up going to the UFL instead and not being a practice squad quarterback. So Logan Woodside, kind of no matter what, will be the guy, bearing injury or bearing an absolutely horrendous performance. But tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. Shout out to Paul as always for posting this. Peace.